Okay, I'm on Josh Self Comics.
Oh, hey.
Marvel news of the week.
Hey, everybody. Couple of things, eh? Just a couple of things.
Uh, yeah. So, I think it was yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, the Avengers Dynasty, Kang Dynasty script leaked online.
Crazy.
It's
I didn't know about this. You told me.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but I downloaded it in PDF format so I could read it.
Hey, all right. Let's test the waters.
Yeah. So I'll give you the highlights from this comic book movie, and then I'll talk about a couple things that wasn't in this article. That I noticed in the actually reading the script. Okay, so Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige appears to be a huge Rick and Morty fan, perhaps explaining why he hired several of the show's writers for the multiverse saga. It's an odd choice for that. I mean, Rick and Morty does the multiverse pretty hilariously. But is Marvel supposed to be a hilarious Rick and Morty multiverse? Anyways, the animated series always delivered a very clever, interesting take on the multiverse, so it makes sense that Jeff Loveness was tasked with working on Ant-Man and the Wasp, Avengers Kang Dynasty. Michael Waldron, meanwhile, contributed to Loki before penning Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and Avengers Secret Wars. However, mixed response to their first MCU movies. Was it mixed? Did people not like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that didn't really enjoy it.
Oh, thought it was good. Sam Raimi.
I didn't think it was universally super accepted. Only mildly accepted.
Oh. Loveness and Waldron were subsequently dropped from the respective Avengers movies. Both have since been rewritten by Stephen McFeely. The Russo brothers will direct. We've long wondered what plans for Avengers the Kang Dynasty was before it became Avengers Doomsday. Current script leak may answer those lingering questions. These days it's very easy to fake stuff with AI, blah, blah, blah. This seems legit. So before we start, it says it's a first draft, you can see there, of April 8th, 2023. Okay.
Wow.
Unless it's August 4th, 2023. It depends. I guess it depends how they're doing the calendar. Yeah, so highlights include the debut of Miles Morales, a reunion for Spider-Man's No Way Home's 3 Spider-Man, another Deadpool Wolverine team-up, a meaty role for Moon Knight. It appears much of the movie would have been devoted to exploring Kang's romance with Ravonna Renslayer. The villain's variants also come into play. As expected, Kang the Conqueror is going to use the power of the Beyonders to create a new battle world. This does seem to be only a first draft, so who knows how much would have changed or which ideas might have been scrapped during the build-up to shooting. Again, it's hard to say to a degree of whether this is a real deal, but Loveness' ideas are far from terrible. I have some issues with that. The spotlight has instead shifted away from Kang for a multitude of reasons, including Jonathan Majors' legal issues. Right now, we'll see the Avengers come back in Doomsday and Secret Wars. Okay, so let me bring up the script and the first problem I have.
Spoilers.
So, yeah. So Kang, this opening thing is he's walking through a field of roses and flowers and petals or whatever. And this is Kang the Conqueror. It's like a dream vision. But then you get to the stadium where we last saw in the end of Loki season 2. Was it with all the Kangs? No, that was that Quantumania?
Yeah, Quantumania.
Wherever we saw that. So we see that, and all these Kangs are standing around, and it's talking about emotions are the Kang's eyes closed. Okay, so then after the flashback or flash forward, whatever, there's a Kang priest that says blood will bind, blood will fuel, blood will rule. And then you get the Fox X-Men crucified on crosses, having their blood drained into some sort of ritual thing that they need the blood for their eventual takeover of the multiverse. So it specifically says in here, where is it? So at the center of the amphitheater, X-shaped crosses line the main altar. Streams of dark red blood flow like rivers, pooling in an alien channels etched into the floor. Crucified on crosses are variants of X-Men Professor Magneto, Professor X, Magneto, Wolverine, Storm, Beast, Cyclops, and others. Their bodies battered and broken. Magneto's helmet shattered, Wolverine's claws extended, dripping crimson. The variants are unmistakably from iconic Fox X-Men films, Days of Future Past, First Class, Last Stand. So he instantly makes the X-Men irrelevant by already being defeated by the Kangs and kills them off in the first 10 minutes of the movie. And they don't come back. Like, I'm like, oh, maybe this is a thing at the end. No, they don't come back at all. So you're literally wasting all these cameos, like big cameo. Like you've got Fassbender, McKellen, whoever. Which we already know that those guys are back in Doomsday. God, now that makes me worried that they took this idea for Doomsday. Yeah. So then it's a waste, right? It feels like this is a waste to me that they've already been defeated by Kang, where the X-Men are supposed to be like the premier team and stronger than the Avengers, or at least equal to, and you've already shown that Kang's more powerful than them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially more powerful than Professor X, like Xavier. He's, level 5 mutant or whatever, along with Magneto, and they're already...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit of a tough pill to swallow, I think.
Especially in the opening. I get you want to set the tone for Kang being... evil and powerful, but to kill off all the X-Men like right at the beginning
was wild.
I don't know, maybe kill one Avenger or something. I don't know that he catches.
Originals.
Yeah,
it's original Transformers level.
So on we go. There's 3 main Kangs in this. There's Rama-Tut, the Centurion, and Immortus. That go to do his bidding. The crux of what he needs is he wants the bangles from Miss Marvel and the 10 rings from Shang-Chi, and he wants to use those 2 things to combine to make a powerful weapon that he can remake the entire multiverse in whatever way he wants. Okay. So he needs to track down Miss Marvel and he needs to track down Shang-Chi. They've been looking for centuries for these 2 powerful items and found them calling from Earth 616 universe.
Okay.
So then he sends Rama-Tut and the Centurion to go get them.
Okay.
There's also another weird thing in here where Peter Parker and Miles Morales are both the same age and in university together, which is I found really odd, and like the dialogue is not great in their interactions. Loki does show up here and there. It's mostly about the TVA. They know something's coming, and the TVA has been putting together the multiversal Avengers army. There's a thing here where it says, oh yeah, if you can see that. You see that right there?
It's a little tough, yeah. But
let me full screen it. Can I highlight this with multiverse? Yeah, can you see that? Multiverse Avengers army.
Okay.
Let me see if I can zoom in a bit.
Yes, army. Okay, which means perhaps multiples.
Yeah, so they have a dossier or whatever putting it together. Also, there's a thing with Scott Lang where he feels responsible for this and not telling the Avengers that Kang was coming. I guess he thinks he defeated Kang Conqueror, but he didn't. He keeps having bad dreams about it. No one's talking to him from the Avengers. They won't take his call for some reason. I don't know why. But he leaves this whole there's this whole thing of a voicemail right here of him leaving a voicemail for Cap, which is Wilson and not Rogers, obviously. Then there's this whole weird scene with Miles and Peter, like with terrible banter going back and forth.
The fuck?
I found it really odd that they were the same age.
Maybe you find that
but I guess because Tom Holland looks still like a baby, that if they're gonna use that Spider-Man as the main Spider-Man, then it would be believable that he's same age as university, I guess, still.
In the
Even
last
though
movie, he
Tom
was what,
Holland's like
starting.
35. Yeah, he was just
He was,
starting university. So I still don't know
right.
why you can't make Miles a high school student.
Yeah, you could easily make him a high school student, him a fucking late college student, or
Yeah, like
early.
Tom Holland is 22 in university, and Miles is 15 or 16. I don't know. It's weird.
Solved.
Yeah. So then another highlight. Kamala keeps having weird dreams with the Bengals. Bengals.
Bengales.
Bengalis. Wong shows up. Carol and Kamala go to find Wong to see if they can figure out what the messages are, or why the Bengals, or what the Bengals actually are.
Okay.
And weirdly enough, Shang-Chi is hanging out with Bruce Banner, Scar, and Jennifer Walters in a high-tech lab. I guess they're trying to figure out what the 10 rings are.
Okay.
Even though we've never had any interaction between Shang-Chi and Bruce Banner, they're just together.
They're chilling.
They're chilling. And Scar is there with a throwaway from the end of She-Hulk. So then they all get together. Wong shows up and talks about the Shang-Chi. And then in Wakanda, Riri, Falcon, and Cap are hanging out with Siri and Rhodey. Don't really know why they're all in Wakanda, but they are.
This is wild.
Oh yeah, it gets yeah. So
I mean, even if you think back of when it was written, with even the movies that came out or didn't come out, you know what I mean, or whatever, it's still like, okay.
So there's also something in here where Clea and Doctor Strange are hanging out, and they pop in through a portal, which looks like they've been fighting in another multiverse. And there's a bracket where it says after D3. So does it assume that Doctor Strange 3 had already happened, and that Clea had been, involved in, we really know who Clea is at this point, and that
Right.
Her and Strange or whatever fighting multiverse crime together.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so Kang the Conqueror didn't die. He went to the zone with Ravonna. What was that? What's that zone in the garbage wasteland that they all get dumped into? Anyways, he gets put. Yeah, the void. He gets put there, and that's how I believe Ravonna and him start up a relationship.
Right.
And
which they anticipated. That was anticipated. That was that was what was going to happen.
Yeah, so
which is cool. I mean, that's cool. It's
I don't have a problem with that. I was surprised that Ravonna was so prevalent in this, but it's fine. She's a good villain. Yeah, so he's plotting to stop the other Kangs, hence the name Kang the Conqueror.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so all of the Centurion and Ramatut end up on Earth, and there's a whole bunch of it's sounds like it's an army, like kind of what was in the first Avengers, with all these ships showing up and all the sky is darkened and they're blowing up monuments like the Golden Gate Bridge, and the Eiffel Tower gets hit like in every disaster movie. So then they split up into not Peter Parker. Star-Lord shows up and joins the team. They eventually split into, let's see if I can find this, 3 different teams.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Wonder Man is in this.
Okay, because the show would have been out by then.
Yeah. So let me see if I can find where the teams are.
Wow, someone is getting fucking fired, eh? Holy moly.
Well, they're not making this, so. But yeah, so some of this I can see them actually keeping. Oh yeah, so where are the 3 teams here?
Is there a moment they're mourning Taskmaster's death?
No, but there are a lot of deaths in this. So
because we assume that she's not gonna survive.
Where is that? Anyways, so they kill off the Ant-Man's entire family, including Cassie, Hope, and Janet, and Janet's mom.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So Scott Lang's the only one to survive. Um,
A little distraught after that. That should give Paul Rudd something meaty to chunk on. I could still see them doing that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thor and Love show up. Thor's daughter from Love and Thunder.
Okay.
They kill Love. They kill the kid. I don't know how old she is. It doesn't really say how old she is.
Holy shit!
They kill her. Yeah.
Just wiping kids off the map.
Let's see. There is somewhere. Oh yeah, okay here. They also kill off. I think they kill off Sam. I don't remember if they kill off Wonder Man. He sacrifices himself to try and take out Immortus.
Okay.
And they kind of do they split the team into 3 smaller teams. So one takes off after the headquarters spaceship in space. One is like a street, it literally says street level Avengers. And the other one is going to take on Ramatut. And one team takes on the Centurion. Strange, Captain America. Oh yeah, Groot and Rocket show up.
Okay.
Phyla-Vell shows up, like the Guardians show up. The dialogue is really kind of cheesy at some point. A lot of points actually. Punisher is back. Valkyrie.
Wow. Punisher came.
Yeah, he's on the street level team with Daredevil, and Moon Knight. And that this whole thing is like, let's come up with a name for us, and we're like, and Miles says deal. Peter's gonna Spider Bros. I'm like, oh Jesus.
Jesus.
Looks also like Shang-Chi dies.
Wow.
And then they activate adamantium sentinels. Nick Fury and Shield, or whatever it is now, have been secretly creating adamantium armored sentinels that they deploy against Immortus. Okay, here's the team breakdown. Okay, so Earthbound team to target Immortus is Captain America, Captain Marvel, Hulk, Scar, She-Hulk, Wonder Man, Shuri, Miss Marvel, Star-Lord, which She-Hulk is already in there twice, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and Falcon. Street level team, Spider-Man, who's the leader, Miles Morales, Daredevil, Punisher, Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, Ironheart, War Machine, and Moon Knight. Cosmic team targeting the Centurion, Doctor Strange, Clea, Wong, America Chavez, Thor, Love, Valkyrie, Shang-Chi, Adam Warlock, Phyla-Vell, and Cosmo.
Wow, so Guardians, the second Guardian team is there. Interesting.
Yeah.
Whoa. Wild, by the way.
Oh, it gets even weirder. So, there's a lot of action going back and forth. People die. Immortus is pretty much invulnerable. Star-Lord dies. He gets disintegrated. So does Groot. Groot also gets disintegrated. Wonder Man dies. What else is there? This Immortus eventually ends up. I don't know. It doesn't really say, but the Sentinels turn against Earth. Somehow Immortus has reprogrammed them with his mind, and they turn back towards Earth.
Classic.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of death and destruction. Kang the Conqueror shows up at the end, and he wins. He gets both. He gets both the bangles and the 10 rings. But also the Multiverse TVA sends their team, who consists of. Oh yeah, Miles Morales dies. Forgot to mention that.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he takes a spike to the chest for trying to save Peter. Yeah, just killing people. Like I don't mind, but like, okay. So King Conqueror, after he gets his things, creates Battle World. That's the end of the movie essentially, with his city looking on over Battle World, with various parts of different multiverses as part of the arena. So the TVA sends in the Fantastic Four to try and stop him. Where is this team? They list the team for the TVA Avengers. It's got a kick out of it. So Deadpool. Well, yeah. So it's Deadpool. It's Deadpool, Wolverine, the Fantastic Four, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Nick Cage, Ghost Rider. As part of the team, the TVA sends.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Holy actual fuck!
They don't get there in time, and they are stuck. At the end of it, they're kind of stuck. Oh, and Franklin Richards is there too. The son of Rita and Sue.
Okay.
Yeah, so they eventually get stuck on their ship in limbo. You don't really see what happens to them at the end. You just see Kang the Conqueror coming back to Ravonna, and they embrace or whatever, hug and kiss, and that kind of fades to black after you see a thing of Battle World. So yeah.
Wild.
I we kind of know that they're still kind of maybe doing the Battle World thing. It seems like leaks were true about the Beyonder and Battle World. That they were planning on doing it. What they keep going forward, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Given that they've announced the X-Men are coming back, kind of worries me after this leak. That they're just they're not really gonna have a role at all.
No, I think they're gonna have a role, but I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna get our last sight.
I assume they would be killed at the end, but not at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do the beginning one because I think they know what happens when you kill everyone off pretty early. I mean, the only time it was really done fairly well was James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I thought, we lost a bunch at the beginning of that one, but everything else, it didn't really work out. As I said again, second mention of the original Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we can look back now, and after we watch Doomsday, be like, oh, they kept that idea. They tossed that idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to not remember most of that when I go into it, and then we'll circle back after for funzos.
Yeah. So, along with Jonathan Majors and them.
Yeah, saw that.
He almost had a comeback. There was
he really did.
PR thing again. Even Armie Hammer is coming back from his whole debacle from a couple years ago. So you do get second chances.
People were giving
him someone wanted to stop his comeback. So there's some audio that came out where he admits to choking his girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's from 2022, and in the audio it says, Majors says on the audio, "I'm ashamed I've ever cut myself off. I've never been aggressive with a woman before. I've never aggressed a woman. I aggressed you." It's really a weird way to say I choked you. I aggressed you.
Hey,
trying to talk himself into not being a person who is violent with women, I guess.
Yeah.
It's too bad. I hope he gets help. He is a great actor, and it's too bad. But yeah, he needs some therapy and maybe take a break for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so comic book news. Daredevil writer Kevin Smith is coming back to Marvel Comics for a new Amazing Spider-Man story. This summer, Marvel Comics released giant-size Amazing Spider-Man #1. A first-of-its-kind one-shot bringing together mega talent to tell a range of stories spanning the Marvel mythos. For fans and new readers alike, this spectacular collection of all new tales encapsulates the heart of Marvel storytelling, all told through the vision of some of industry's biggest creators, including filmmaker Kevin Smith. The writer-director best known for Clerks, Chainsaw and Bob Strike Back, Chasing Amy is no stranger to comics. He wrote the game-changing Daredevil story Guardian Devil, which set the stage for Man Without Fear's dark and gritty reinvention courtesy of scribes like Michael Brian Bendis and Ed Brubaker. Smith also wrote Spider-Man Black Cat, The Evil That Men Do, so he's no stranger to the web-slinger's corner of the Marvel Universe. Smith makes his triumphant return to Marvel, teaming up with Giuseppe Comunicoli for a Spider-Man Fantastic Four story that will have your heart beating in overdrive, your sides hurting from how much you're laughing. Also coming back is Al Ewing. Mark Buckingham spent a decade-spanning adventure with Spider-Man and some of his best friends. Chip Zdarsky and Keifu introduced a brand new character who's said to play a big role in the new future. So lots of talent coming for this giant size Spider-Man #1.
Mm-hmm.
Goes on sale June 11th. Yeah, so that's sweet. Okay.
Dope.
Your favorite Marvel actor wants a second chance.
He's like, I'm sorry, I know.
I'm not even. Has Finn Jones done anything since Iron Fist?
I don't think there's been a ton. I can check around now. He's English, eh? Because like I just like yeah. Oh yeah, he was in some stuff. It was in the movie Awake. He was in The Visitor. He was in the Leatherface remake. Flying.
So yeah, but he hasn't done anything in 3 years.
No, he did Awake, The Visitor. That was all after Iron Fist.
Sure, but he hasn't done anything in 3 years. His last credit was 2022.
Okay, there you go.
So it's entirely possible he. Oh no, I guess he's got something. He's playing Charles Lindbergh in some movie,
Canyon of the Dead. Yeah. Not sure.
Yeah. So I guess he was at a con, as most actors who fade away need to make money. Said Jones to an onlooking crowd, "I'm very aware of the critiques of the character and my role in it. My response to that is, give me a fucking chance, man. I'm here, I'm ready, and I want to prove people wrong." This echoes past sentiments made by Jones, who previously stated that he'd like to co-star in a Heroes for Hire series alongside Luke Cage. Actor Mike Coulter said Jones last year, "I'd love to see chemistry between me and Mike. It was always fantastic. I think those are really interesting characters to put together. If they would bring me and Mike back to Heroes for Hire series, I think that would be the right way."
No! No!
Yeah. I'd rather have what's her name as Iron Fist. Forget what her name was. Bring it up.
How dare you?
I mean, Jessica Henwick. I seem to recall, and I might be wrong about this. Maybe you remember better, but the second season was better than the first season, right?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't even watch the second season?
No, I watched the first 4 episodes of the first season, and then I trailed off.
You moved on.
Fortunately.
Okay. Final Marvel news of the week. We have a title for Spider-Man 4.
Wild.
So CinemaCon is going on right now in Las Vegas, where they the industry hypes up movies coming to theaters. It's a theater conglomerate, whatever con. So it's not for it's for industry people. It's not for people like you and me. So they released a bunch of trailers. They also released that Spider-Man 4's title is Spider-Man Brand New Day. I suppose that could be a reference to no one remembering who he is, his identity, with Ned and MJ. Yeah, it's being directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. We have a release date, July 31st, 2026, so next July. It's already filming, right? Gotta be already filming.
It's gotta be, yeah.
Begin filming this summer. Ooh, that's kind of tight.
It's tight.
Only a year?
That's tight.
They're only gonna have a year before, maybe not even. I guess it depends. Like if they shoot July, August, it's less than 10 months or 12 months.
I just feel like this is gonna get pushed. You know what I mean? Like
they can't,
give me a
though.
break. The whole thing.
You're gonna push all 3 movies.
They're all gonna get pushed.
But they're filming Doomsday and Secret Wars back to back.
Even then, I don't know. I just don't see it. I just can't.
Well, so Secret Wars has 2 years, 3 years, 2 years.
Okay.
Wait, okay, so what's...
No, you're right about that. It definitely has, and I would say that's the amount of time you need for a movie
So
properly
Doomsday
like
is
that
May 1st,
too.
2026. Let's see. I'm not even... Do they even have a Marvel schedule anymore besides these 3 movies?
Not really. They haven't like published one.
Okay, so that's already out. That's already out. That's currently airing. This is coming out, okay, May 2nd. Next movie is... Oh, yeah, Fantastic Four, okay. 25th. Eyes of Wakanda is television. Marvel... Television. Armor Wars, not happening. Oh, so they don't have a movie between Fantastic Four and Doomsday. That's what, 8 months? August, September, October, December. Yeah, 9 months. So there'll be a break of 9 months between movies. Then Spider-Man 4 is supposed to come out 2 months later. Shang-Chi not happening then. There's no way that comes out next year.
No.
X-Men Season 3 probably gets pushed to 2027. Vision Quest.
I can still see it coming out
at
the end of the year.
Filming yet. Vision Quest. Blade got nuked apparently.
Yeah, that's apparently nuked.
That's not happening. Nova's not happening. Hypno Hustler. I haven't even heard of that. Part of the Sony Spider-Man universe. Oh, that got destroyed too. There's no way that's happening. Gone. Yeah, and then Secret Wars May 2027, and then X-Men reboot to be determined 2027. So that will keep its date for sure.
I mean, Secret Wars, yeah. So I would say yeah, but
they do
everything
have some,
else,
they do. You're right. They do have some room to move Spider-Man around.
Yeah,
like because there's nothing else.
The fact that they don't have a movie between, if that is the case, they don't have a movie between Fantastic Four and Doomsday.
Yeah,
like that's gonna be tied in huge.
Yeah,
and they'll probably do it at the
I
end.
think it's an appropriate way. Like people are, if Fantastic Four is good, the people will be wanting to see another movie after 9 months. It's bad. It gives them a chance to fix it. Yeah, but we also, I mean, we get content in between, like Wonder Man and Marvel Zombies. I don't think Eyes of Wakanda is gonna be that date, but
I don't think so.
Yeah. Ironheart. Okay, that's Marvel News of the Week. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you later.
Thanks.